Guys, I am so excited for today's video. We are going to be checking out the Ghosthack Producer Bundle 2021. Now, I am fortunate enough to have picked this up on sale, but I have not actually gone through it yet because I wanted to save it for this video. So, let's check it out. So, with the Producer Bundle, they have 24 sample packs, and as well as these 3 bonus packs that are of limited quantity. But my pack, my version had it, so I'm good. So you can kind of get a really quick overview of kind of like what's in this bundle. You have some vocal stuff, guitar sounds, some MIDI stuff, hip hop, dubstep with a gaming twist, pop. You know, there's a bunch of stuff on here. I like the Indian type of percussion stuff. That's kind of fun. Like I said, I haven't actually dived into these files here just yet because I wanted to make a video about it. But I have gone through extensively and listened to all of these just to kind of see what I'm kind of getting. But I want to say right off the bat, I'm excited for the trap stuff as well as the hip hop stuff because as a producer myself, I find that like hip hop and that stuff is kind of like my weak point. So I feel like having something to kind of like start off with, whether it be like a loop or just like using one of these libraries to sort of like figure out like what my sound palette needs to be. So it's a great way to get yourself started when you're not really super comfortable with a genre. So that's kind of like why I wanted this bundle, but it's just nice to have inspiration, and I think that's where this kind of comes into play. So this ends up coming with, like I said, the 3 packs here, which the Neon Trap one I am very excited for. The demo for it sounded fire, so I'm very ready for that. So with all of that being said, the final price of this, like with tax and stuff, ended up being a little bit over 60. I think it was like $61 or something. So just something to keep in mind. But great deal for a lot of products. But is it any good? Well, let's find out. Alright guys, so now we can take a look at kind of what's in this bundle. So, right off the bat, it doesn't necessarily show all of them unless you pull up the 2021 sound packs. That's the 24 libraries that we're talking about. And then you have like Slap House, the Neon Trap, and the Hip Hop, as well as some freebies, which are cool. So, looks like you get 5 freebie things here. I don't know how good they are, but I mean, we have it. We're gonna look at it. So, let's just go down the line and kind of just like listen to some of this stuff and see kind of what's going on here. Okay. So let's see. So you have different singers and then rock. Got some tempos and some keys here. So let's just hear maybe the dry version.
Catch me on the last flight to LA. Catch me on the last flight to LA. Trying to see things without listen to the playlist that I made.
So it kind of looks like this is more or less like a whole little thing here. And there was a wet one as well, so maybe we should check that out, just kind of for, you know, comparison.
Trying to see things without your face. Listen to the playlist that I made. The songs that made me with the love songs. Love songs.
So I mean, personally, I don't find myself really wanting to use a lot of acapella stuff. I find that I would rather have like somebody specific singing lyrics that are kind of like specifically made for a song, but I think for like maybe like vocal chops or just kind of like to get some ideas out there, it's not necessarily a bad place to start, but I'm not super interested in the acapellas. I'm not really excited about that, so let's just kind of keep going with these. So this is kind of like a vibe going on here. That's not bad. I could write a beat with that. Okay, that's cool. So that's the kind of thing that I like, where like you could drag a loop. You have a preset sort of tempo in most cases, and then you can kind of like build everything around the one loop that you've chosen. So I think that's kind of cool. What else we got here? I should also say that these like kits are like supposed to go together. So I think that the idea is that you could literally take all of these and drop them in and they would like work. I think that's the idea. I personally wouldn't use it like that because that's not really my style. I like to use like a single loop or maybe 2 loops tops, and then use my own like one shots or other plugins to create the beat and the melody and stuff. So, oh man, this neon trap thing I'm so excited for right now. Now, it looks like it's all together, which I'm not sure how I feel about that, but so it looks like there's 25 kits between the two, the hip hop and the trap one. So let's just set the tempo to what it says it is. We'll match the tempo. What is this all about? Okay, that's the demo, I think, for that kit. That's kind of cool, though, so you can kind of get an idea of, like, what stuff's in it. So let's look at the one-shots. I didn't even... I like the sort of, like, nasal quality of that flute. I like that hi-hat, too. That is very trappy. Cool, got some horns. I would probably make my own horn thing, but it's nice to have it. I like that little flute melody, I'm not gonna lie. And the cool thing is that they have the melody of the flute in here, I think. I could even just see it going like bum bum dun dun bum bum dun dun, and like kind of like chopping the beat up in that sort of fashion. That's cool. Wow, there's a lot of these. This is gonna be interesting to try to go through all this shit. I want to be able to make sure I can kind of go through all this stuff, so I don't want to spend too much time on any one thing. This is more of a reaction than it is like a full-on review. I'm going to go through each individual sample library and do their own video for that. But yeah, I think that we'll get a fun feel for like kind of what's going on here. So, all right, 140 for this one. Looks like. What's this sound like? Okay. I don't like how there's that like rising thing in the top, but I think the guitar sounds fine. That's funny. Okay, we'll do one more kit from the trap one here. Sam, what's this all about? Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these like kicks and stuff have sounded kind of the same in this trap set so far, but you know. Okay, we're gonna move on from that one. Freebies. What is this all about? So these are different, like, oh wow, that's a decent amount of those. Yeah, these are kind of like more sound effect type things, so this might be better for videos or like maybe like a one moment in your song when it's just like, you know, whatever. I don't know. So those are whooshes, then there's transitions, whatever that means. They're just whooshes. They're just different kind of whoosh. Impact. Some of that stuff could be useful, like underneath of your some of your bass hits, maybe. Alright, these are like weird percussions. Now, I highly doubt I'm gonna like the vocal stuff here. So, okay. So this is how this works, I think. So you have the main vocal and then the harmony and the like olive color or brown or whatever.
He's so lonely, needs my company.
Okay, let's skip to the harmony.
I wish you met me when we were younger. I wish you met me when I was sober.
Oh, that's intense. I don't know about that. Kind of loud. Hold on, let me pull up my mixer here.
I wish you met me when we...
Yeah, that's the one thing that's frustrated me about some of these samples is that everything is so loud. Like, why? Why is it so loud? Did you see that? That was like over zero. It's clipping. Look at that.
I wish you met me when we were younger.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I like the harmony. It's just like, why is it so loud? You know, like half volume for both these.
I wish you met me when we were younger.
Yeah, see, look,
I wish you met me when I was sober.
And honestly, I would probably even go a little bit lower just to be like safe. You know, I don't want to be that close to, to zero, dude. That's crazy. Okay. You know, like I said earlier, I'm not like a big vocal guy for this stuff. Like, that's not why I'm necessarily here. All right. Let's look at the last freebie one here. Those aren't too bad. I mean, they sound a little bit more useful than some of the ones I've heard so far. So if you have a sampler, you can load these into your sampler. So yeah, I like the one shots. That's kind of why I buy these sample libraries, are so I can kind of get a little bit of a head start on sound design. Don't get me wrong, I like to do my own sound design, but like a lot of the time I kind of need to save some time. So kind of having something like this where it's like 90% where I want it, and then the 10% with like effects and automation or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you can really do a lot to some of these in that way. But yeah, these are the most creative ones, I think. Especially the one shots for the drums. Those are my favorites. This is where your magic happens for the most part. You know, like... let's see, kick. So yeah, it's just nice because then you can just drag it right out. Or you can put it in your sequencer as well. You could definitely do that. Then you could just, you know what I'm saying? That's an option. You could do that. I don't prefer to use the sequencer because I like to get a little bit more technical than that. But I mean, it's there. You could do it. Alright guys, now let's check out the 24 libraries you get in the 2021 bundle. So we've got some percussion stuff, loops and one-shots. Let's kind of maybe listen to some of these. Alright, let's check out some of these percussion loops. So they have various tempos and whatnot, starting at 80. Oh, that's weird. 100. So these are the kind of things that I like to kind of drag and drop in, because you can build stuff around this, because this stuff doesn't really imply too much more than just maybe some like rhythmic and textural elements. Of course, depending on what kind of sample you're choosing here. So it goes all the way up to 172 beats per minute. Okay, let's look at the one shots, because that I find to be very useful. So, oh, actually there's some top loops too. These are nice because these are easy to work around as well, since there's less going on. So easy to kind of build on top of that kind of stuff. Shakers. So these are cool. There's some that are already kind of like, you know, doing their articulations or whatever. One shots. I like that. Okay. Whoa. Holy crap. Do you see that? There's a lot of stuff there. Okay, so that's just the abstract percussion library. So there's loops, both like more full loops and top loops, as well as one shots. Very cool. Definitely some out there sounding stuff, but I mean, it is called abstract percussion. Ambient soundscapes too. All right. So you got the stems from the loops. You get the full stem, and then the broken down individual elements here. Again, organized by tempo. 80, 100, 120, and then the random 90 here. So let's check out the other stuff in this one here. Some melodic stuff like the bass loops. Okay, I like that. The stuff sounds kind of cinematic to me, where you could probably put it in like a hybrid score in like a media composition maybe. I mean, I think you could probably write a beat with it as well, but I do like these pulses for sure. Again, they're pretty much 80 beats, 90. So it's cool. Let's check out some more stuff. So we got some melodic stuff. I tend not to like to use melodic elements from loops, but I mean, I would probably alter it in some way. At the very least, I would put some effects of my own on it and try to model the sound a little bit more. But it's nice to have something that's basically there. Just tweaking the volume and stuff. So yeah, you have some melodic stuff in different keys and whatnot. You know, some more percussion loops and stuff. But I want to look at the one shots. Some bass tones. And we can go ahead and load these into our sampler if we want. We can easily play with these tones more. Alright, got some basses. What else we got here? Drones are fun. Drones are a lot of fun. Not gonna lie. Alright. What about drum one shots? Those are... Okay, got some hi-hats. Interesting. So this is just some random percussion, it looks like. That's interesting. It sounds like something hitting water. like it's like a water drop in like a cave. It's like a rim shot, but alright, so that one's definitely interesting. Ooh. These snares sound kind of wet, surprisingly. Pads. Wow, there's so much stuff in this. And again, these are good to load into your sampler and play around with. You might find that you have to adjust the attack and release, and also to cut the note by itself, depending on what you want to do. But I find that that's probably going to be what you're going to want to do. Alright, so there's some of that stuff. Risers. Scrapes. Oh, it's more like sound effect kind of stuff, I guess. Swells. Huh. Interesting. Well, they're kind of cool. Alright, so, you know, you got a decent amount of stuff there. So that is ambient soundscapes. And now we'll go to the deep, dark techno. We've got loops and stuff. So these are textural sort of things. Alright, I'm not sure how I feel about those yet. That's strange. I kind of like that one, I'm not gonna lie. I think that for this style, you could easily get away with that, because techno kind of, I feel like, kind of caters to that sort of sampling kind of thing, and you have certain sort of tropes within techno itself, so I think that's cool. So that's cool. You got some loops. Of course, you got some broken down stems as well as the full loops for the drums. Of course. So far, I'm feeling like it'd be pretty easy to write a techno song. And again, like, I don't always find that I like to use like the full loop because it kind of feels like cheating, but at the same time, like, these type of beats come up in these songs and whatnot all the time, so I'm kind of like, well, kind of conflicted about it, but I do feel like there should be some level of transformation done to it, but it's definitely a good place to start. They also could be good placeholders too, like say you know you want to write something, but you just kind of want to get an idea started so you can go back later and alter the drums. Or you could go into your separated drum loops here and then figure out what elements in each individual beat that you want to use. So that's cool. So yeah, more or less the same kind of stuff, you know. Some synth loops, it looks like, too. Probably wouldn't use this stuff, I'm not really sure, man. One shots. So these are just kind of some more random looking things. I mean, strange. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of that stuff doesn't seem super useful for writing like a beat, but I think would be useful for other stuff. All right, so vocals.
Come on, dance. Follow me.
No, these are different.
Hello, world.
Hello. 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 Hey, you.
Let me
I mean, I
see
do
your
like that they have
hands.
stuff like this. I don't know how much I would use it, but I mean, I haven't really messed with this at all. But it's cool. It's cool to have it, I guess. I mean, Again, not really my, thing, but more synth stuff. I kind of like that one. So yeah, wow, there's a lot of stuff there, man. Alright, so that pretty much encompasses the techno one here. So now we have Evm Elements. Let's see. So more, decent amount of drum stuff. So the one thing about the melody loops that is nice is that if you're not good at composing a certain genre, is a good start. You drag one loop in that is a melodic loop, and then say you weren't good with the style, it is a good way to get started with it. Could you build a song based around only loops and stuff? Sure, but that's where I personally, as a producer, start to become a little bit conflicted about the music. But I mean, it still takes time to arrange the stuff and mix and sort of master everything. So with that in mind, I mean, that is kind of an art form within itself. Composing versus arranging, and also producing and mixing and mastering, all being separate fields. But yeah, food for thought. So that's cool. There's some more arpeggios and stuff, melodic loops, of course. Oh, and MIDI files. That's nice. So say you want to change the synth, you could with all of the arpeggios, melodies, and the piano loops that they have. So that's very nice. You don't like the timbre, change it. You don't like a note in the melody, you can change it. That's the glorious thing about including the MIDI as well, because then you have a little bit more freedom as the producer. So good job, Ghosthack. What else we got here? So, I mean, yeah. That's pretty sick. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's kind of peruse through these a little bit. Loops for some house bass. And again, these are more textural elements. Basses. Cool. So there's 20 of these break beats, which is kind of nice. Okay. Yeah, I do like those. Build-ups. Build-ups almost always happen the same way, I feel like. I mean, there's a formula to making a build-up to an extent. Like, I mean, you have durations of notes that will increase at specific times, and then you have, like, some sort of feature and then the drop. It's pretty chill. It's a pretty generalized version of that, but there's a little more to it. But some loops. I do feel like these loops in particular would be very handy, like any of these like house, techno ones, because it is sort of in their nature to be sampled anyway. And again, they have the loops separated out, so you have like the full loop, right? So like right here you see the full, and then you also have them separated out into 3 separate categories as well. So if you find that you want to change and alter elements, you could easily do that, and I think that's very nice that they included that option. Oh, and one thing I haven't mentioned at all yet is that some of these come with Serum presets. I don't have Serum. I would eventually like to purchase it, but it is a little bit out of my price range currently. But yeah, if you use Serum, then you will be pleased to know that it has a couple different presets with the different libraries, so that's pretty sweet. So house is pretty cool. It kind of sounds like your standard type of house music. that you would come to kind of expect, I guess. That sort of beat and rhythm and whatnot. Construction kits for Essential Pop. So they have them in 2 different keys and 2 different tempos. Dry and wet and MIDI. Like that, like the MIDI. So these must be kind of like song kits. We can kind of like arrange everything. So you get the progression. So I'm not super interested in stuff that's like assembling it like that. I would prefer to do let's see, I thought they had, maybe they don't have one shots for this. No, they do. They do. I would use the one shots and maybe the loops. Interesting tones for sure. Okay, drums. Pretty good claps, actually. Hi-hats don't sound too bad either. Kicks. That's interesting. Cool. And snare. We'll do snare. There's a lot of snares that have similar sounds, but I mean, realistically, how many ways can you sound design a snare? And I should say that for anything, that there's only going to be slight deviations at some point, but I still appreciate having, like, tailored sets of stuff, like, you know, having this bundle be like a trap kit, you know, or whatever, you know, having a specialized sort of library for something. So you got the one shots, that's pretty neat. So that's pretty much it for that one, Essential Pop. That's a little bit more lackluster than I would have thought it would have been. But you know what? I didn't look at any of the loops necessarily. So maybe this is where some of the magic is, I'm not really sure. Again, just a place to start. We can probably vibe to some of these. Alright, so yeah, we'll call it for that one. Alright, future pop vocals. Now, I'm not sure I'm gonna like this one. So it comes with some kits, 10 kits, and they have the different tempos and keys. This is a full mix that they made. I'm just dragging in here. It might be easier to hear a little bit more of it. Let me be lost in sounds. You're all I dream, all I want. Alright, that's enough of that. Okay, so I'll do another random kit and just do like the mix so you can kind of hear.
The sun doesn't shine so bright. The world crumble contrary to my wishes. Don't be surprised if I could tell you that I need.
Alright. Not really my style, per se. But, I mean, you know. I think the one-shots, again, like I keep saying, like, this is where I'm at with all this, man. Like, I just would use this stuff. These aren't bad. Drums. So claps, cymbals. Okay, so it's kind of standard. Okay. Wow. Alright. Let's see, what else we got? Synth Shots. Some more sampler stuff. I do like that one here, that brassy one. also says the note that the sample is, which is nice. Vocal chops. Again, I don't know. I mean, I've never been very good with like composing with that kind of stuff. That's why I keep saying that I'm not really super interested in it, because like it's just not something I'm really that good with. So I tend not to mess with it. But you know, I'm sure you could easily come up with something cool. All right, gaming dubstep, mid-tempo, whatever that means. So vocoder, that's interesting.
Don't stop. You are not ready for this.
I do like the
You are
vocoder
not
stuff.
ready. Angels never die.
Little, like Daft Punk vibes, you know. I want to hear
Angels
the
never
wet
die.
ones though.
Don't stop. You are angels never die.
I feel like I need to look at the mixer
Angels
again,
never
because this
die.
is like another one of those situations where it feels like it's loud.
Angels never die. Angels never die. Angels never
It is
die.
pretty loud. Look at that. It's almost at 0.
Angels never die.
It's crazy. Like I said before, that's the only complaint that I have, is that I feel like I have to turn the samples down.
Angels never die.
So that's cool. Vocoder is nice to have. Let's check out some of the loops. It was a little bit Kill Bill-esque. I thought for a second that was gonna be a specific song. I can't remember the name of it, but really, what? Hold on. Really? Gee, I wonder where that belly came from. I like the chords. I like that too, actually. Okay, so you probably get some of the retro-ish style stuff too. That's what I was That's what I was curious about, is like what kind of gaming elements are incorporated with this. I'm surprised there's not more drum fills. Musical. I think that was pretty much it. Vocal.
I'm mad. Game over. I'm mad. Game over.
I don't know if I have words to even articulate for that. So I mean that I don't know about that. Okay, well, you know, as I've said a couple times now, I'm not really a fan of the vocal stuff, but you know, hype trap. Wow, we have not made any progress. I feel like this is gonna be a long video. Okay, hype trap.
Абонент временно недоступен. Перезвоните позже.
Oh, wait. The calling. Please tell me that's a one shot somewhere in here. Like, if it's not, I'm gonna be upset. We gotta find that. Seriously. No joke. Like, that's... I feel like it would be under synth, maybe? Weird. I mean, dude, that was hilarious, though, honestly. Like... Alright. I really wanted to try to see if I could find that dial tone thing, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Абонент временно недоступен.
Fucking cracks me up,
Перезвоните
dude.
позже.
Gosh. Alright. So that's that kit. It's kind of the same thing. Multi-samples. Interesting. I mean, it's just a bunch of 808s. Okay. I like that one. Again, pretty much the same shit. Cool. Alright, so let's just keep going. I mean, it's all kind of what I would expect at this point. This is definitely good for people that don't have like string libraries and stuff, man. Like, it's so handy to have access to some string samples, but and if you don't know how to orchestrate chords too, it's helpful to be able to drag and drop. But I tend to prefer to make my own chords, unless I'm not feeling very inspired. Then I'll probably drag something in. It just kind of depends. So let's go. I mean, so yeah, these are basically just all. Also, it's basically every chord in the diatonic scale, for like the basic chords. That's kind of cool. You could really work with that. That's pretty usable. And they all are the same. Now, the only thing that you have to think about is voice leading, and with stuff like this, you can't control the voice leading because you didn't make the chord. However, they did include the MIDI chord information, so you could alter the chords if you really wanted to. Somewhere in here. They've been, well, at least they have been good for that. Loops. That's cool. I like chromatic stuff. Cool. Ooh. Alright, so that's pretty cool. I like that it has the different chords and stuff for sure. Alright, Deep House. What is this all about? Bit of a vibe. Those aren't bad. I think these loops have been decent so far. Let's try the basses. I like that too. I like the ambiences. I think they're fun to mess around with for sure. That's not a bad bass line either. Just gotta skip around a little bit. Dude, when you're like absolutely stumped though, like it's so nice just be able to drag and drop something in. Like it's the only thing is that you obviously need to make sure that you're like matching the timbres and stuff. You don't want anything to be too like out of whack, or your mix is gonna sound weird. Or it could even be cool too, is if you had access to the MIDI file as well, you could use the loop that they created like as the transition, and then use your own tone use your own timbre, synth, whatever, and use that MIDI information. You could even change the octave. You could change the phrasing as well if you have the MIDI. I think that could be cool, though. You start out with, whatever, and it repeats, and then has like a fill, and then, proceeds with your new synth or whatever. Drum fills, I mean, what are those all about? Try to fill with these. Melody loops. I thought it was gonna go back up to that note, to be honest. Oh, that's trippy. Okay, go back to this. Yeah, just shit to get you started, I guess. One shots. Not too bad. Effects. Reverses. More Serum presets, which I can't use. So a decent amount of stuff in this one as well. It's gonna be a lot easier when I do the individual videos on this. This is more of like an impression kind of thing, rather than like a full-on review or anything. But you can kind of get to see like, damn, there's a lot of shit. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. Like if you're considering this, it's nice to kind of see the shit in it. Yeah, I'm not very good with lo-fi, so personally, this would be kind of nice for me. I mean, it's cool piano loops, cute sounds. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared to even find out what this means. Is that supposed to be cute? There's like bells. I like the sparkliness of it, but it's a weird name. That does not sound like a lo-fi song at all. Okay. Sad guitar loops. Oh my god, are we gonna get depresso right now? I'm not gonna lie, I think it's synth guitar. I play guitar, so I'm not really, I don't really care too much about guitar, that, kind of stuff. That's kind of cool. Huh. They have shakers. Huh. Shakers, kind of nice. Serious. Textures. what I don't understand is in some of them they're called like atmospheres, and then I see some with textures, so it makes me wonder like how these were put together, honestly. Not in a bad way, but like having multiple people work on the packs could be a thing. So yeah, I mean, oh, and song kits. So you know that's the thing. Wow, just so much. It's crazy. Like, and that's what's hard with something like this, where I'm just like overwhelmed by the sheer just quantity of stuff. But you can get kind of a little bit of a gist as to like what they have going on here. Oh my god. Huh. It's weird when they have some of these that have like not a lot in them. I do like that hi-hat thing. Nice. Okay, that was kind of cool. Those are some weird claps. You know. It's called Mega Drums. And yet I feel like I'm surprised there's not more drums, honestly. I mean, I guess we didn't go through all of these, but those are pretty nice. Those are weird. Okay, let's do this one here. Rhythm. I honestly don't even know what rhythm is. I'm not gonna lie. Huh. Okay. I guarantee you all of the kick patterns are probably going to be quarter notes. Just like, what timbre do you want your kick? That's funny. Alright, one shots, that's more or less what I wanted to see. I like sound effects, they're fun. That's cool that they have hi-hats, crashes, and the ride cymbal, and that... Nice. Don't really know a lot about the style, so I can't really make comments on whether or not it's accurate, but, you know, just sounds a little more aggressive, I guess. I don't know. What's tough is that there's just so many loops, like, it's hard to show off all that. Alright, let's see. What else we got here? Sound effects are always weird. Alright, I mean, this one is just a bunch of atmospheric shit anyway, so this is not going to be something that's probably going to go well in your music per se, but again, if you do like media stuff, I think that could be helpful for like some like weird like horror stuff or whatever, you know. I mean, there's always ways to like get stuff like that in there. Alright, we've got a couple more left, which is amazing. That's insane to me that I mean, like, I've skimmed through it, you know, like, that's the crazy thing to me, but like I said before, once we get into it, we can really look into all these libraries separately and kind of give them a more appropriate review, but I will give an overall impression when I'm done with this video. So we'll go right to the one shots. Nice, so those all sound pretty cool. Some more effects and stuff. Kick. So these ones have names instead of numbers. That's the thing that I was saying before, though, is that there's a lot of different ways that they're labeled I find interesting. Like, they're not all the same. Not sure how I feel about the synths, but, you know, it's okay. And that's apparently not the wet one. Or wait, why do some of them say wet? Something is screwy here. Alright, so again, not sure about that. Serum presets that I can't use, but that's okay. Indian percussion. I have a good feeling that I'm gonna like this one a lot. So, wow. So you have all these different instruments at the different tempos for the loops. The balls are cool. I love these instruments. Like all these sort of like ethnic ones. Kabasa. I have a kabasa actually. Yeah, they have seriously so much stuff here. You can see it. I mean, look at all this stuff. And actually, before we go too far in here, I want to show you this, the one shots, dude. This is what it's all about, man. I'm telling you, dude. Like, look at all these one shots. You can make your own beat for the tabala. Like, you know, like, ain't no problem. All these articulations and stuff, like, it's awesome, dude. So, yeah. Indian one, Artie's just getting 10 out of 10 from me. I love it so much. It's so cool. Like, the timbre of those instruments are really cool to me. So this is called Melodic Library Volume 2. This is probably just a bunch of, like, melodic, like, you know, loops and stuff. This is the first time I've seen multi-tone or multi-note category. My mistake. Pads. So this is all very, very intense, I'm sure. Synth hits. So they also give you tempo suggestions for the melody, it looks like. I do appreciate that. It's nice to kind of know, like, what the intention was when it was made. So that's kind of cool. So not really a whole lot there for me personally. But if you struggle with melodies, that could be something that'd be helpful for you. Mid-tempo attack. I don't even know what this is, to be honest. I'm assuming they're like a kit, maybe.
Engine's beginning throttling down now.
Huh. So you get the one shots.
Challenger, go with throttle up.
Okay. So again, just kits, loops, one shots, MIDI, all that jazz you would expect. Nice. Some of those effects can be kind of hard to achieve too if you don't know how to make them, so that's awesome. Like, I don't really know how to make that dubstep sort of crazy stuff. So having like pre-made stuff is kind of helpful for somebody like me. Although it kind of seems like Serum is pretty good for that. Seems like. Impact, sub bumps. I love the sub stuff. Well, that's weird. That's weird. I like that. I like when they just go all the way down. You feel like you're getting ripped through the fucking floor, honestly, dude. That's my favorite. Alright. What? Let's see. Oh. Huh. These are weird. See, this is another thing that I am kind of conflicted about is that, you know, I feel like the deeper you get into some of these folders, the less like specific the names get and stuff. Like, you had some of them that had like names and tempos, and then this one just says Synth Shot 1, 2, 3, 4 with whatever note the fundamental is. So that's weird. All right, so guitar sounds. Guitars, the other ones didn't. Okay, so those aren't too bad. Okay, what about electric guitar? I feel like this probably won't sound good. Let's do the fast one. I like that one. Well, those were a lot more usable than I thought they would be, not gonna lie. Hip-hop kits. Oh wow, there's a lot of these tempo ones again. A lot of hi-hats. Jeez. Alright, so a whole lot more. Let's go to the one shots here. Okay. You can dig that. It's like 4 claps? What the hell? Airy wind instrument, okay. Okay. MIDI kits. These are just all MIDIs, I think. Alright. So you can just load those in directly yourself. There's not as many as I thought there would be. Huh. Vocals. That is a decent amount of vocals. Holy shit. Let's see. Wow. Oh, this is gonna be another situation like earlier, I think.
I'm still
Alright.
forever. So maybe one day I'll get over.
So fucking loud though, Jesus.
So maybe one day I'll get over the way you said my name. 'Cause
Alright, go to another vocalist here. We'll do both these.
Chloe,
We'll just
the
pre-turn them down. We
The
already know it's
times
gonna
when
be
you'd meet me in back streets, back in avenues, back when we were new, back in high school.
That is not lined up right there.
We were new back.
Failure. Lined up here. It's not even lined up here. That's funny. Do from the harmony.
watch me fall and hit the ground. My heart is hard as concrete. Break me down and make me pure again. I wanna feel complete.
Okay. I never liked the lyrics of the ones, honestly. But, you know, let's get trapping. Some of these are surprisingly small. Let's hear Melody Loops. I don't have or need. Kind of more of the same shit, honestly. So I think that wraps it up. There's some videos too, but those are somewhat unnecessary because we went through all these other ones. Alright, so that's kind of a vague overview of what's going on in this pack. I mean, I would say I still feel pretty good about it. I mean, I feel like it has a decent variety of stuff, and especially for genres, I feel maybe like a little bit less confident, like writing and maybe selecting like timbres for. I think it's helpful to have like libraries that you can use to draw inspiration from, or to just simply like drag and drop some stuff and then sort of like craft around it with like your mix and stuff. So definitely worth it while it's on sale for sure. But yeah, a lot of stuff. So in the future, what I plan on doing with these libraries is going through each one individually, and we can go through and make like a beat, talk about the different samples, and sort of give it more of like an individual like review rather than having like this sort of broad overview. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to save this and kind of react to it and see kind of how that went. So yeah, just overwhelming amount of stuff to kind of dig through. So once we've gotten to that point, I think that's a good way that we'll have all of the libraries shine. So alright, that's it for the 2021 bundle from Ghosthack. Let me know how you think some of the samples you heard sound. I'm definitely curious to see what people think about it. So we will see you next time on Real Talk. Oh, that's the sound of destruction. Wow, it's crazy. There's just so much stuff that I'm actually like